Hi everyone, this is Meir. My goodness, we have beautiful sunny days in San Francisco. And I love the fact that we know it's going to be warm in the Bay Area starting exactly when I start the workshop this Saturday. We don't always have those gifts. So I'm looking very much forward for the Labor Day weekend, and I hope to see more and more of you there. I want to bring this message to everyone. It's such an important message. Now, I want to explain that in the School for Self-Healing, we don't express political belief. In our board of directors, we're people who are right-wingers, we're people who are left-wingers, we have people in the center, we have people from all walks of life. But some political thing I want to bring out. For example, everybody succumbed to the fact that 17% of all the money that the US Treasury has to go for medical practice. From pills to medical visits, from surgeries to rehabilitation. 17%. When you see a $100 bill, $17 belong to the medical practice. And so everybody has their ideas. The left wants to make sure that we ensure that everybody has access to the medical practice needed. The right wants to be sure that we have the best medical practice available for those who can afford it. And the argument starts and ends there. Nobody asked the question, is there a way to reduce the amount that we pay for medicine in the first place? And the answer is right here. Whatever opinion I have of how you manage the money, my first and most important opinion is that we can reduce those $17 to $1. That everything can cost less money if first of all we work on ourselves. Second of all, we stop accusing others, regardless if they have a title, of our choices. For example, I made some bad choices in my life. Well, I could accuse others for them. I was invited several times to have 2 dinners, and refusing them would insult the people that I would say no to. But 2 dinners in the same night definitely helped my belly to grow, right? I could accuse the sugar companies for putting sugar in ice cream, which I love to eat so much, or chocolate mousse. No, it's none of anyone's fault. The cigarette companies may have pushed cigarettes, but why the suckers who smoke them had to sue them? That's my question. Same thing, I want to talk about opioids. When do you think the opioids need begins? It begins in the fact that you go to a doctor and you tell the doctor, I have a headache. Now, a good doctor would ask you the question, did you sleep well last night? What are you eating? And are you exercising? And does anything bother you? See, when you answer those questions, maybe you find that actually you have indigestion and that's why you have a headache. Maybe you find that you're not sleeping enough. Maybe you find that you're not exercising enough. And maybe you find that you're bothered by too many things at one go. The simple solution, of course, is to give you an aspirin. And that works like magic. The headache goes away. The only problem is it comes back and back and back. And one day the aspirin is just not enough. And 2 aspirins are not enough. And eventually you get to worse and worse and more massive drugs until you take the opioids that can kill you. Well, that is that you have to understand that you made the choice not to deal in depth with your problem, and we have educated physicians to not educate us, but to treat us. Of course, sometimes we need a treatment. You had an accident, well, you need to fix your problem, we need medical treatment. But why did the dentist that pulled my tooth already have prescribed for me Vicodins. I didn't take them, and I didn't even have pain. So pushing pills is a problem. What I don't understand, and believe me, I'm not a fan of Walgreens or CVS. Why are Walgreens and CVS are being sued for letting people buy opioids from them? It is crazy. What about the people themselves? When is the answer no comes into the account? So this is a very important thing for us to look at. What are we doing to be responsible for our own health? How far do you think we need to go in accusing others for the wrong we're doing? You know, the propaganda of this cigarettes company was there after I was born, was there when I grew up. And I did not believe that smoking cigarettes will make me more sexy. I didn't think it even 1 second. So I didn't smoke. And the pressure that I had, peer pressure, to smoke grass was there and is there. I'm not smoking grass. Some things I do right. Well, it's wrong for me to eat my chocolates, all right. But I don't do any of those things. The pressure to take aspirins when you feel sick is there. But I prefer to sweat on my own. So here comes the issue. Taking care of ourselves is an art. And we understand more and more that we can prevent dementia with better blood flow. We can prevent diabetes and treat diabetes with the right form of exercise. And my book, Getting Back Your Back, I'm explaining that the worst thing that you can do is simply use generic exercises to help yourself. You have to be kinesthetic. You have to feel what you need. Sometimes moving your shoulder for 3 minutes, twice a day, can give you much better breath. Your chest can straighten. Your breathing is deeper and your circulation is better. Sometimes rolling gently from side to side can help you discover muscles you never knew. And your work is to learn about muscles you never knew existed, like the toe muscles that we always use, but never fully. And when I tell people hold 4 toes and move one on its own, they frown. They cannot do it. So those simple muscles, those simple movements can sometimes make all the difference. The difference of needing or not needing medication. The difference of breathing or not breathing. And when you learn the importance of subtle, simple movement and repeat them, a lot changes. Yes, I'm telling you to still do some aerobic. I myself walked for about 40 blocks today. I myself used to run on the beach for 4.5 miles every day. I used to bathe in the cold San Francisco Ocean all the time, even when it was cold and rainy outside. Things change. I'm paying attention to the fact that I'm getting to be 68, and it's important for me to keep my temperature, and that right now I can do a bit less of what I used to do, but I'm very healthy, not just for my age, for any age. I know my restrictions. Well, if you study yourself, learn the importance of simple movement, reject overdosing of medical drugs, which are actually the first and the most important reasons for people's death. And you learn to not use them, and you learn to say no to recreational drugs as well, you will be healthier. And we will not pay $17 out of every dollar that exists for medicine. It won't be the best investment in Wall Street anymore. It will be just one of the things that we get when we absolutely need them. So that's why I'm teaching my workshops, not in defiance of anything, but to bring consciousness that you can change things. Make less effort to see, and you'll see better. Make less effort to breathe, and you'll breathe better. Make less effort to move, and you'll move better. And when you run, it should be slow for you, even if your running is fast. I love seeing my friend Diego, who is also studying with me, doing somersaults on my trampoline. I don't allow anyone else to do it, but he did work in a circus. It's nice to see how relaxed he is in the middle of doing this wonderful somersault. I love seeing people moving with great ease. And we have great examples of dancers who did that. But most of us stooped, are getting tense, think all kinds of unconstructive thoughts, and basically die 1,000 times within our life instead of dying once. That is what I want to get you out of. Work on regeneration, work on better life, work on better awareness of what could move you forwards. Do you know that you have 640 muscles and that most of you use 75 of them? That you overwork the muscles that you have? You know nothing about the muscles that you don't? What we need is to find the small muscles we never use, integrate them with the muscles we always use, and create better neurological connection between the brain and the body. What we need is more circulation to the brain, and that will give us fuller and longer life. And pharmaceutical will not be so rich. Many blessings to all of you, Meir.